Also, the fact that the younger generation, there's no box for them. There's no like the same kid that likes Kubla Khan or will like they like Suicide Silence, will like hip hop, different types of modern hip hop. There's no box anymore. There's no I'm a metalcore kid. I am a hardcore kid. I am metal. This, that, and the other thing. The younger generation just wants to party and hang out and jump off things and have a good time.
What's up, everybody? It's Keefy at GhostCultMag.com. I am stoked to be joined once again by our longtime friend and supporter, Scott Lee. How are you doing, pal?
Hey, buddy. How you guys doing? How's everything going?
We're fucking great. I got to be honest with you. We're doing really great. We just covered the No Values Fest in Pomona, so we saw Misfits and Bad Religion and Power Trip and Dillinger Escape Plan with Dimitri and The Damned and so many killer bands, Fishbone. And I've been traveling the country a little bit the last couple of weeks for the first time this year. And I'm in a really good place. Ghost Cult is in our 12th year. We're in a really good place. I know you longer than that, which is great. I went to so many metal fests. And as we said last year, I was so thrilled that it came back. And it was such a success last year. And thank you for covering us once again. And we will be back this year. I finally will probably be coming out this year for my birthday. I better come this year. Yeah, last year I had already the trip booked. And no disrespect to Riot Fest or any other the million festivals that are happening that weekend, but I will probably be in Worcester for that to celebrate the evacuation of my mom's vagina that included me in the jailbreak. And
Wait, what day is your birthday?
It's like the 17th, so it's like it's that weekend. Okay. It's right after.
Yes. He wants the pre-show party, and Sean the Butcher from Sirius doing his birthday that day.
Sean is a homeboy, and I love God Forbid, and that's a great place to start. I mean, 25 years of New England Metal and Hardcore Fest, your whole career, just in the music scene and everything you do for bands. And yeah, Sean is a homie where I love to see him. I haven't seen him probably since right before I moved away from Brooklyn. So I live in California now. So I'm overdue to hang with that dude also. Great guy. And God Forbid, man, what a coup. One of the handful of God Forbid shows since they reunited. Really great.
I can't wait. It'll be good. Very excited about
that whole pre-show is great, though. Rivers of Nile, Johnny Booth, so many good bands.
Living Wreckage. It's going to be great. It's going to be a good time.
Living Wreckage are also homies, super pumped. I know they're so spread out. I wish they could do more stuff because I love that record they did, and I want to see them do more stuff. I'm selfish. I'm very selfish, man. But Metal and Hardcore Fest, man. Killswitch Engage. Got to talk about them first and foremost at the top of the bill. I was fortunate enough to cover the return of Jesse at Metal Fest in 2012. It was epic, except for the yellow lights, which I'll never get over. But other than that, 3 songs of nothing but yellows. But I don't do concert photography personally anymore, but obviously we cover a lot of stuff. Evil Rob will be there again probably with me. And he's a reformed hooligan. He's still a hooligan, but he's reformed now, so I appreciate that. Older guys, we got to take better care of ourselves. You know this. You're not as old as me, but he's the best, dude. He's the best. Rob is. I feel lucky to know that dude and call him a friend, let alone work with him and feature his work for many years. But yo, man, 25 years. Was there kind of okay, obviously Killswitch is a no-brainer, but were there any? Oh, I have to have Bane, the Red Chord, or any of these bands that are legacy bands you had to have for this event?
I wanted it. We were thinking about this whole thing, putting it all together, and it's how things came about. We wanted to have some genuine, Converge and Bane, obviously. And different types of things. And, Killswitch 25th anniversary. We have Death Before Dishonor. I mean, we have a plethora of New England bands. I mean, Amir's from Connecticut. Nobody can say they're not. They grew up there doing all that stuff. It's pretty exciting. I'm pretty excited about the whole lineup, to be honest with you. I think this is it has to be one of the top, 5 lineups we've ever done inside and outside, obviously. So I think it's it's very special. 25th anniversary of Killswitch makes me feel really fucking old, to be honest with you. But to be a part of their whole career, one way, shape, or form. We did help produce their the DVD at the Palladium and everything like that. I have a gold DVD on my wall plaque, really cool. But yeah, I mean, I'm really excited about them. I love those dudes. They're fucking the best. Howard and Jesse. It's the whole thing. I love them both. I think it's just going to be an exciting time, and there's going to be some special shit happening that day for sure.
It's going to be a sick time. By the way, Bane, please never retire again. Like, just keep staying around and don't go away again. And Red Cord too. I know this is not like a permanent reunion.
Red Cord, yeah.
Red Cord, dude, with the brand new re-release of their original, I think like their demo or first album is like is on vinyl for the first time and is back on streaming and all the things. I have not seen Red Cord in a hot minute. And I was a huge fan of theirs when they first came out. And I was living in Boston at the time and saw them at Revere. And I saw a lot of those bands at like Sammy's Patio and Great Scott and the Hole in the Wall O'Brien's and all these little places. And now to have them back at the Palladium where they belong for this is going to be epic.
It's going to be a good time. I can't wait. You know, I've been talking to Guy a lot lately. He's great. I love him. I think, you know, this is a great lineup. There's also like a lot of, you know, younger bands like Shadow of Intent that are playing from New England, you know, Connecticut and stuff like that. I think there's, you know, it's gonna be a blast. It's good for the whole family. Bring the whole family out.
Not to mention, you know, long time, you know, Palladium stars and New England Metal and Hardcore Fest, you know, favorites, Suicidal, who are as good as ever. I just saw them last week at No Values Fest in Pomona with their brand new lineup. Only one of their first handful of shows with Jay Weinberg from Slipknot, formerly of Slipknot, on drums, and Ty Trujillo on bass, and Ben Weinman of Dillinger. So good. Suicidal is firing on all cylinders. I'm such a huge ST fan.
Oh my God. I grew up on Suicidal Tendencies. You know what I mean? It's awesome. I think, you know, that's one of the bands we like really aim to get. You know, it's like, I think it's like, growing up listening to Suicidal Tendencies, you know, listening to bands like that, it's just like, and then being able to book them for this festival, it kind of like gives you a little bit of goosebumps, to be honest with you. You know? And like, I just think I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm excited about the whole thing. I'm excited about Throwdown too, by the way. You know what I mean? That's going to be a good one.
Have they been on hiatus for a minute? Because I haven't like heard much from them. They've been kind of away for a while, right?
Yeah. Yep. They've been away, but I think I think this is the first show in the Northeast in probably over 15 years or so.
Right. I love Throwdown. I always had a bone. I think they were on Victory, right? And I had a bone to pick with them because the marketing from Victory was like there was a TV spot on Fuse or something or Much Music where it was like Metallica's old, Pantera is gone, and now it's time for Throwdown. And I was like, yes and no. Like Throwdown's killer, and I always supported them. But I was like, I hate this ad for some reason. But no disrespect, love the band, and like if you want to get in a real pit. A real actual punk rock hardcore pit. You want to get in the Throwdown pit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean,
but that ad pissed me off.
You're not wrong. It probably pissed them off too. Victory probably fucking did it. Yeah.
Sorry, Victory.
No, I'm not
sorry. Sorry, Tony Victory, but not sorry. But everybody else that worked there, people that worked there a long time, I have love for also. So, but no worries. Yeah, man, like so many killer bands. I saw Converge in a small club recently. As I Lay Dying and Nails are also legacy hardcore, you know, New England Metal and Hardcore Fest bands. Nails, absolutely brutal new single.
Did you hear that new song?
Yes, it's killer. I'm so pumped.
Great. I'm very excited.
Yeah, Todd is a guy, I interviewed him in the very beginning. We had a recent interview with Tim. It was very controversial. People were mad at us for talking to Tim. I think that I'm very excited about a new As I Lay Dying record. And, you know, like Tim did his thing already, man. Like people got to back off a little bit. He already served his time. He's reformed, you know, he's been a good citizen ever since. And like, you got to let him have his life back. And As I Lay Dying is an important band, as important as Killswitch to a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, here's the thing. It's like, Tim did his time. There's a lot of, there's two sides. There's a lot of sides to that story. But there's only one true story. But I don't think, you know, he did his time, came out, got the band back together, doing his thing. You know, it's like, it's got Ken Susi from Unearth now, and it's cool. You know, like I said, let him do his thing. You know, they're still doing the numbers, still, you know, people still love them. People love the music, you know. Sorry, my job
exactly.
is the best concert we can do. That's what it is.
This is going to be bananas. Better Lovers, so many good bands. Ken, by the way, is going to like literally playing in front of his almost hometown crowd. He's going to break his freaking body on the stage for fans. You know how he does always, and he's been great with them also.
He's old.
Yeah.
He's old.
I don't know. He's got a baby face still. I don't know. He looks the same to me as the guy I first met in like 2000. But like I don't know.
Wrong there.
He really is something in the genes or the beer that's keeping that guy alive. Speaking of controversy, let's just the 800-pound gorilla in the deathcore room is Slaughter to Prevail, right? Obviously becoming one of the biggest bands right now. Alex Terrible and the band have been a little controversial. You said you booked them with like not even a second thought, right? Like I think like there's a lot of misinformation out there. Alex has tried to kind of set the record straight. Talk about booking that band right now.
I think here's the thing. It's like, my job is to put together the best show possible. And that band is hot as shit, and they're a great band, and they're actually great people. I've had long talks with Alex and, and Jack Simmons and stuff like that. And like, they're good people. They're just, I think some of the views that people have, I mean, you grew up in Russia, see what the views you have. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you, but the guy is great. He's a great front man, great showman. He does his thing. Tell you this right now, I don't think he's a Nazi. They played in Los Angeles recently in front of, I think the majority of the crowd was Mexican. You know what I mean? So I don't think we're sitting here looking at that. I think everybody loves to hate and loves to troll and loves to do things, and I think there's also a shock value to it. But my job is to put butts in the seats or feet on the floor. You know what I mean? So that's what we did.
Butts in seats, that's a fact, or feet on the floor in the pit. And I have been before we ever knew each other. I have attended many of your shows and events, small, big, large, whatever. No Nazis, no homophobes allowed, never ever. We kill motherfuckers. I've seen people dragged out and beaten for racism. Like, just not, we nobody would associate anything you do with any shittiness. Everybody's welcome. I always felt like the Palladium was my second home. Even though I'm from New York and I have all the wrong sports teams, everybody always loved me there and treated me well. Not when it came to Yankees and Giants in football and Rangers in hockey, but everything else I got respected and loved, and mad love still for New England. And I can't wait to come back.
We've always run no bullshit, everybody's welcome.
Yeah. Except assholes. And
I'm gonna book a person that has hate in his heart like that.
No, man, nah. We can't fuck with it. Another thing I want to give you some props is Machine Head, who doesn't get talked about a lot. They just now, this last year and a half, they literally spent like a decade not doing festivals or big package tours. They were doing like a night with for 2-3 albums in a row. And then they kind of like, like the demand, I think, plus the timing and whatever's going on, in a good way with the band. They're like, let's do festivals again. They did a pop-up surprise one that we were at in Europe last August. They showed up at Bloodstock Open Air in England, and now they've been doing festivals. And Machine Head, who normally plays like 2-3 hours, is going to do what amounts to a briefer, still headline quality set. But the band I saw them also not too long ago, and they are just absolutely slaughtering everything, with their new material.
Saw them at Sonic Temple. I think Rob Flynn is a fucking great human being. It's a real quick funny story for you. I worked with the band Gates to Hell. I called Brother Josta last year. Not this past Milwaukee Metal Fest, but the one before. I'm like, hey, started working with this band Gates to Hell. Can you please put him on Milwaukee Metal Fest? He's like, yeah, I'll put him on. Blah blah blah. So he puts him on. The band plays, and Rob Flynn sees this band. He goes, I love this band. Goes to his agent. Agent reaches out to the band. For some reason, they didn't have an agent at the time. Hey, would you guys like to be the tour with Machine Head? And they're like, and the kid Ryan from the singer calls me up and say, hey man, I think I'm getting rickrolled. I don't know if this guy is real. I don't know what is this about. He's like, what's it? He goes, what is it? He goes, let me forward you this email. This guy is asking me if we want to tour with Machine Head, and I was like, and he was like, yeah, that's one of the biggest agents in the world. Yes, this is real. He's like, okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to tour with Machine Head. I'm like, yeah, Rob saw them in Milwaukee Metal Fest out of the blue, loved the band, took them on tour. Dude's a stand-up guy. Nothing wrong with Rob Flynn whatsoever. Let freedom ring with a shotgun blast. Here we go.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. And Gates to Hell's rules. I can't wait to see what they do next. They've been absolutely killing it. I got to see them live, and it was ear-opening. Literally, them and Orbit Culture on that Machine Head tour were ridiculous.
They're in the studio right now with Randy LaBouffe. And,
oh, no shit.
We're going to have the debut record coming out on Nuclear Blast. They were on Maggot Stomp before. Great band, good people. Right now they're playing with Knock Loose tonight.
That's crazy. Yeah, we just did that tour also in Seattle. So just Knock Loose is blowing up. Here's the thing to talk to you about, because your roots and everything. Like, it's funny. I interviewed Gasket earlier today as I talked to you, and those guys have a release coming out on Blue Grape, same new label as Code Orange, relatively, and a bunch of cooler bands. Like, this is a real interesting time right now where your modern hardcore bands or hardcore inspired adjacent bands are becoming massive, getting real acceptance, mainstream, Sirius XM and Taco Bell commercials and stuff, and I'm all here for it, because like, I don't want anybody to be hungry. I want artists to be able to make money with their art, and I want them to pay rent and have food and stuff and have a good tour van and bus. So like, I'm not mad at it, but there's a backlash. There's always a backlash, right? There's always a backlash. This is too corporate, or this is too this. And you see a lot of it in Europe too, with a lot of like cattiness, and I like that never ends. There's always been some trolling and some cattiness, but I wanted why do you think now is such a good time with all these bands? Just great music, good timing. The modern fans have caught up. What do you think it is?
COVID. A lot of people found music during COVID. Social media, TikTok, everything to that nature. It's a lot more, people are more invested into that stuff. Also, it's so much easier to find fucking music. You can go, we have a catalog in our hand right here at all times where we can listen to whatever the fuck we want or find out whatever we want. If somebody's walking by and, it's like, I was just at Starbucks and I saw this kid walking in with a Paleface shirt. If I didn't know who the fuck Paleface was, I'd be like, that shirt looks cool. What's that band saying? That's this Pale something. Let me see. Oh, it's Paleface. I can look it up. That's a reason why too. Also, the fact that the younger generation is so much, there's no box for them. There's no like, the same kid that likes Kubla Khan will like, Titty Moore, or will like different types of, they like Suicide Silence, will like hip hop, different types of modern hip hop. There's no box anymore. There's no, I'm a metalcore kid. I am a hardcore kid. I am, metal, this, that, and the other thing. The younger generation just wants to fucking party and hang out and, jump off things and have a good time, and I think they're teaching the older generation, like people like me and you, like, hey man, check this out. This is cool. We can do this. We can have fun with them. You can have fun too. Don't be a fucking old.
Don't be the old guy at the back of the room with the arms folded. Fuck that. Get in the crowd. I can't get in the pit anymore, but I'll get right on the edge of the pit. I don't want to get punched. I don't want to get punched anymore. But then again, I got knocked out in my 20s at All Out War in the Continental Club in New York City, and I never really came back from that. But anywho, I've moshed plenty since then, but not lately. Let's talk about one more thing about the festival that I'm really excited about. Is the new, let's say, the outdoor stages now we had Tattoo the Earth, New England Metal and Hardcore Fest. I think I think A Day to Remember did an outdoor show there.
Yeah.
So like
we also did Ghost Inside.
Right.
Weezer
at the Palladium, right? Outdoors, insane. So let's talk about like the outdoor vibe and the parking lot and food trucks and stuff versus just the old indoor shows, because now we got the best of both worlds a little bit.
So basically, we're still gonna have the small room with like the up and coming stage, or just like you might have some surprises there. You might see something like, why is it? Oh my God! Like bigger bands playing smaller stage, surprise stuff, blah blah blah. But the outdoor stages, so you have one on each side of the parking lot, so you can turn. If you're in the middle, just turn when the band plays, spin. So it goes back and forth, back and forth. It's awesome. Great vibe, great things, a lot of things for people to do. It's the parking lot is so fucking big. There's so many different things you can do while you're here, whatever. But the vibe itself is, you're not missing it at all if you're watching outside. You know what I mean? Also, we have the VIP area where we're set up where it's off the rails, which is the bar right on the other side of the Palladium. Come in, hang out, blah blah blah. It's awesome. Good vibe, very good vibe. I think it's set up perfect. There's nothing better.
Yeah. I heard great things last year from the crew that came and covered it with Rob and them, and nothing but good vibes. You still have the restaurant there? I haven't been in a while.
There's a restaurant here. There's a new restaurant on the other side of the Palladium. So the back wall of the Palladium is the restaurant right here. It's called Off the Rails.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Right here,
You're in it right now. Nice. I never recovered from that pressed juice and fig and cheese panini. I never recovered in a good way from like the best food experience I've ever had.
Definitely.
Just a couple more for you, man, and then I'm going to give you back your day. You've been so kind to us over the years. And again, I always appreciate the camaraderie and the support we've had. One of the first people ever support what we do, hardcore, just really been in our corner. So when my very first interview with you, I threw it back and went and listened to it. And I was like, I asked you a question then, which was like, okay, what is the band you never thought you would book that you did? And that was Slayer. So since then, Metal Fest went away, came back. Has that answer changed for you? Slayer, you said, was the band you never thought you could book, and then you booked them,
Yeah.
Yeah. So is there another band since then that has come along and taken that spot?
Meshuggah probably was good. I'm just trying to think. I mean, there's so many different bands. I mean, Slayer's the greatest band, one of the greatest metal bands ever. Megadeth was one that played Metal Fest. Slayer never played Metal Fest. But I think one of the best bands we ever played Metal Fest was Meshuggah. That's for hands down. I think this year's, I think having 25 years of Killswitch Engage, pretty fucking cool. I think that's awesome. I didn't think, that makes me very happy. Gives me a lot of joy because I watched those kids grow up. You know what I mean? I watched them, they were in my area. I mean, I did shows with them when they were Aftershock and different things yeah, man, I think this year's excitement for me is Killswitch. That's one of the bands that I'm like, I booked this. This is cool. I booked this when it was this big. Now it's, as big as me. So it's great. Like physically big as me. Huh?
I know we're not svelte like we used to be. I'm retired from moshing, but if I hear Temple Within or Vitae Infra, I'm probably fucked because I might just go right, hold my keys, go. I might lose my shit, but probably should not. I'm gonna get hurt real bad if I'm not careful. Just a last question because I always like to end these with a wild card question. You meet a brand new kid today that has never heard any heavy music. What's one record you would give them to turn them on to a world of music? Or one playlist or one band on Spotify, whatever it is. Listen to this band to start your journey. What is that band?
Hatebreed. I mean, you got the best of both worlds. You got the core and you got the metal. Hatebreed is a true American metalcore band that has very, very beautiful hardcore roots and very, very lovely metal roots. And so they are the true introduction band that I would give any child or any human to do this. You know what I mean? I think that's it. That's where it comes into play.
Jamie is the best. He's done so much for all of us, and I never forget seeing him. I think pretty much the very first time I ever met him or saw him play live, he got dropped off by some adult in a car with just a plain white T-shirt, and he, was very chill. And then he hit the stage, and with that microphone, when he yells at that electric stick in his hand, it's something that happens, and it makes the floor move. It makes everybody get pumped and positive. And I just am thankful that I lived in the time of that guy, and he did so much for all the bands that I care about, and himself, and Hatebreed, and what they mean to people. I just feel very lucky that I lived in this time, and I feel lucky to know you. I feel lucky to know you, Scott. You've been really great to me, and great to Ghost Cult. Well, thanks, pal. We're gonna hug it out when I see you. We're gonna give a big man hugs, and just again, congrats on this festival. We look forward to covering it again. We're gonna talk some more about coverage soon. I'll shoot you an email, and just again, thanks so much for bringing these back and keep making them, and we'll keep coming. Thank you.
Thanks for your time, brother. Appreciate you all what you do and everything.
Right back at you. See you soon. Peace.